Hi. So I would like to explain a bit about something that I've come to understand about uh, being suicidal, having suicidal thoughts, having voices in the head telling one to kill oneself. So I'd like to talk a bit about that dimension and the nature of suicide. Now, I am not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I am an ordinary guy working my way through my mind, through my schizophrenic mind, and exposing what I find. If you are suicidal in any way, or into self-abuse for that matter, please seek professional help from your uh, health center where you are, because this is just something that I find within me in my walking, how I experience this dimension of suicide, and some considerations about that could help to open up um, dimensions and points within us self-process. So basically, what I've come to understand is that if if one is to experience voice in the head talking about suicide or self-harm or suicide in particular, if one has that occurrence, um, then what is happening within the person is that there are parts of oneself that wants to grow and evolve and express and live. There are parts of oneself within self that wants to support and expand and express and live, that could be of great support and uh, growth and a good life experience for the individual. But the person and the mind of the person is suffocating and suppressing and denying for this thing within that could be of support, that its expression is like a flower coming into bloom, a new hobby, a new skill, some new things that wants to develop within the person. That is not allowed from the mind and the person, and from the person itself. And within this, what shall I say, conflict within the person, within the mind, within the person, then this new seed, this new emergence within self is suffocated and literally just deleted or tried deleted. And this process of suppressing and denying and struggling and deleting this urgency, this seed, this point within, is then leading to the suicidal nature, the voice in the head, the talking about suicide in the head, pictures and so on, personalities. So basically, and why there are so many young people who are living in a suicidal nature is because that there is this thing within them that wants to live, that wants to grow and expand and evolve and be life, but there are some relations of fear or shame or um ideas about this seed within. There are some ideas about shame, about blame, about fear, paranoia, and so on, related to this urgent, this growing within, this force within that wants to live and express itself, wants to be alive. That is then forced down and suppressed, and this process, this conflict, is then the suicidal nature that is then expressed out and has so and so consequences. So this is some perspective on the dimension of suicide, what is actually happening in a micro macro level. And yeah, again, I am not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I'm an ordinary guy working my way through my schizophrenic mind and exposing what I find. If you are suicidal in any ways, please seek your contact your help center for professional help. Yeah, thank you. That is it for now. Thanks.